Hello and welcome to the Harmonic Quick Bits. This is a new segment I'm working on in which I'll be showing you chords, scales, context, and so much more. But today's topic will be the drop 3 chord. Now, what is a drop 3 chord? It's quite simple. It's a common 7th chord voicing that utilizes a simple idea: to take the 3rd note in the voicing and drop it down an octave. This will create a stacking of chord tones that is greater than an octave, and at the same time opened up the sound of the closed voicing. Closed voicings is when all the notes are stacked in thirds in one octave. The drop 3 voicings are very common on guitar and will get you through any gig or musical situation easily. Let's take a look at the actual chord. Let me demonstrate the basic shape for a C major 7 drop 3 chord. We're going to start here with our first finger on the low E string. That's the root note C. Then we skip the A string and we're kind of angling our first finger, our index finger, a little bit flat so that the A string is muted. After that, we go to the D string, to the 9th fret with our 3rd finger. That's the 7th, B. Then our pinky also on the 9th fret on the G string. That is the E. And then lastly, our 2nd finger on the 8th fret on the B string, and that's the G, the 5th. Let's use this basic shape we just established to derive the other chord qualities like dominant 7, minus 7, minus 7 flat 5, and diminished 7, or fully diminished 7. The way I do it is by going from one chord quality to the next quality with common tones and only one note that needs to change in order to get to the next chord quality. So let's go from C major 7 to C7. The difference here is the 7th. All I need to do is change the major 7 to a minor 7. Coming from a dominant 7 going to a minor 7, the difference here is the 3rd. So let's change the 3rd. From a minor 7 to a minor 7 flat 5 chord, the difference here is the 5th. So let's flatten the 5th. And coming from a minor 7 flat 5, going to a fully diminished 7th, we need to take the 7th and diminish the 7th. And here's a quick side note, in case you're confused about diminishing a minor 7th. In general, when it comes to spelling out chords, we need to maintain a 3rd structure. So from C to E to E to G, G to B, this is all spelled on the 3rds, right? C, D, E, E, F, G, G, A, B. Now, sometimes we're forced to maintain that spelling style, even though the note is actually not really the note anymore. And as an example here, we are in C fully diminished 7, so our notes are C, E flat, G flat, and then B double flat. The reason why we don't spell it out as an A is because G flat to A is an augmented 2nd, but G flat to B double flat is a minor 3rd. So it's a very technical thing, but you'll get the hang of it. All right, now it's time to actually use all these chords in a diatonic context. So what do I mean by this? We're going to take, as an example, the key of C major and use these chords to harmonize the key of C major into chords. So the first chord in C major will be C major 7. The 2nd note will produce D minor 7. The 3rd, E minor 7. The 4th will be F major 7. The 5th will be a dominant, the G7. The 6th scale degree will give you an A minor 7. And the last scale degree, you will get the B minor 7 flat 5. And then we start all over again. Now the structure 1 major 7, 2 minor 7, 3 minor 7, 4 major 7, 5 7, 6 minor 7, 7 minor 7 flat 5 is applicable to all diatonic major keys. So of course, after practicing all this, try to practice your 12 different diatonic major keys. Obviously start with the ones that you use the most and then gradually fill in the rest. Okay, after all this theory and chord practice, let's put them actually to use. Let's make some music. For this, I've written out 4 simple and very common chord progressions. Obviously, I'll perform them all, and they are in the PDF. So just study them, play them, use different rhythms, and of course, come up with some of your own chord progressions utilizing the drop 3 chords. And lastly, here's a fun exercise. I'm going to call this the music's phone number. And it's basically the circle of fourths within your diatonic key. So we're going to get 1, 4, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, which incidentally can also be used at different points within the sequence as great sounding chord progressions. So we're in C major 7, or we're in C major, we get C major 7, F major 7, B minor 7 flat 5, E minor 7, A minor 7, D minor 7, and then G7, and we start back at the beginning. Practice this, of course, with all the different keys as well. All right, that's it so far for the drop 3 quick bits idea. And in future lessons, we'll talk about drop 2s, inversions, and of course, how to use these chords also in harmonic minor and melodic minor. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.